Michael Bisping says that he thinks Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz in Dana White's new power slapping promotion would be must-see TV.
Can you tell us this? Again, and if you can't, then I'll just move on from it. Are there weight classes?
Oh, yeah. There's weight classes. Yeah. There's weight classes. It's interesting. So very, and there's a lot of rules, believe it or not. You know, there's rules to the power slapping. You wouldn't think that, but still. But in terms of when it comes to power slapping, go on, Harrington. Next question,
dude. One guy wants to fight for the title. I guess at 155 pounds, maybe 170 pounds. Conor McGregor says it might be a fun time for him and Nate to run it back for a third time for the power slap title.
Yeah, but did you see Nate Diaz's response?
Oh, Nate 10-8'd him.
Oh, it was great. What did he say? If we got the tweet, bring it up.
He said, I already did that to you in the octagon, and then followed up with, but it was for real, so I also choked you out.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. Conor saying he fancies it. Do you know what? For him and Nate, if Conor and Nate were to do power slap, I'm telling you, that might be the most watched thing on planet Earth. I mean, who's not going to watch that? Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz in the cage. I think I'd rather watch that. I would. But also a little weird part of me wants to see them just stand there, talk shit, and slap each other in the face. Who would you give the advantage to?
Nate Diaz has the Homer Simpson gene, dude. You can't knock the guy out.
Nah, true. But Conor McGregor right now would have a hard time making 170. In fact, he's talking about 185 because he's built like a fridge.
Ray Longo is back with more talk on corrupt judge and psychopathic individual Doug Crosby, while John Anik tells a short story revealing that Crosby tried to intimidate him while he was calling UFC fights.
Yeah, let me touch on one thing. First off, you said two words in there that were very, very crucial to whoever called in mentally fit.
Yeah.
Here's the point. Here's my point. It has nothing to do with his judging. Everybody's going to make mistakes. This guy's just a rotten human being.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the judging. This is what Mazzulli's got to figure out, because I think Mazzulli's responsible for this guy coming back. And I could be wrong, Mike. I'm just saying, this is my thought process was, I know after Virginia, that fight that you remember, you got on the mic with Al, and you booing me.
Jorge Masvidal, yep.
Where Crosby won 30 again across the board. He won every round. Masvidal, right? After that fight, he should have never been in that seat judging that fight. We were in the middle of, he had a quarter order of protection against the ring doctor. I mean, they knew this. And he sat his ass in that chair, knowing he was going to judge my guy's fight, and we had a problem. That's a major problem. This has nothing to do with the judging.
Right.
This guy's got to be looked at for his character, and he has zero when it comes to that. And that's where Mazzulli, I think so. After that, nobody used him. I know Jersey didn't use him. I don't think it was legal in New York yet. Vegas didn't use him a lot, and nobody used him. Mazzulli, I think, and again, I could be wrong on this. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I think when he took over the ABC, that's when you saw him come back in Connecticut and in New York, because the girl that runs New York was working for Mazzulli. So he slipped in there, when he became head of the ABC for whatever fucking reason. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But that's the issue. And again, people saying like, yeah, I did remove him from a couple of fights, but the first time I don't say anything, he judged Fravola's fight at the Garden. They know there's a problem with me. They know there's a problem with me and him. See, Mazzulli's the guy that's got to be looked at, because he knows there's a problem. He judged every fight I had. This kid Montalvo in Bellator. Yeah, he judged those fights. I'm almost sure. He definitely judged my fights when I'm in. I see him when I'm in Connecticut. If he's there, he's going to judge my fights if I don't say anything.
Right.
So they know it, and they don't do a thing about it.
And here you are just trying to coach your athletes, right?
100%.
But you got to like squeaky wheel to have justice. It's
I gotta have this guy looking at me and acting like like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, I give a shit about this guy.
Yeah.
But it's Mazzulli's responsibility now to really take a hard look. Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. I hope he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I hope he does. I hope he does something and doesn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Because then he's got to be looked at, because that's a major problem. They know.
Oh, Ray just cut out mid-rant. It sounds like a fax machine in the background, too.
Yeah, that was people calling in. They know he's They know that the guy's crazy, man. I mean, listen to all the stuff that's come out on him this week. It's crazy.
There are reportedly countless examples of him just, bullying and harassing, right? And I will tell our audience, I once went to Mark Ratner because of my relationship with Ray. Crosby's essentially mother me with his eyes across the octagon.
That's who he is.
Every time I look over from the broadcaster's table, and I said, Mark, can you just please, not have that happen? I'm trying to call 8 hours of fights. I don't need this guy, in threatening mode. So yeah.
Yeah, I think, Joe, the problem is that to me is even grounds to get rid of the guy. He's not there for the right reason. He's not there to judge a fight, that's for sure. He's there to, like John McCarthy said, I was listening to him, and thank God I really praise John for coming out, because my only ever issue with John, I always loved hearing the guy's take on fights, was I thought he was in cahoots with Crosby. I just wanted nothing to do with it. So I totally apologize, because he came out and definitely said they hate each other and that's the way he likes it. That's the way everybody likes it. He's a guy that, John, if you try to get rid of him, he's going to the attorney general. He's going to this guy. He's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But they got to figure out what to do with him, because nobody wants him judging the fights anymore. And everybody's going to put in a complaint. Ali now is saying he's going to every commission to get him not to be able to judge. He's got problems. Now it's not just me, and it was never just me. It was just I was being highlighted. He was always bothering somebody, but they never came out with it. But it is what it is, man.
Wow. Blackout. What a day. What a day.
Coincidence?
Yeah, so Ray Longo is back right now. So yeah, I think there's a setting on your phone. So you're saying somebody's calling your phone and it keeps interrupting our interview, huh?
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Popular guy today. My goodness, all these athletes calling you. I mean, is it Montalvo? Who's calling you? Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dvalishvili seem to be having a fine time in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah. No, well, Iaquinta was the first call and Lou Neglia was the second call.
How about that? High rollers both.
And they're going to keep going. They're going to keep calling. Al will call, but Lou will. But anyway, the point, John, I think is we're not discussing any other judge but this guy. And everybody makes mistakes. I'm not even, let's just say, it has nothing to do with his scoring. I think mistakes are always going to happen. I don't care what you do with the scoring. But you got to weed out the bad apples, put them down to the farm league, bring him back, let him know why everybody's in disagreement with him. And that's it. But this guy goes beyond that, For John McCarthy to say that the guy's handing out papers for everybody to be what he wants them to say, or that Nick Lentz now, I read an article where he's writing that guy's material and then he's judging his fights. I don't know. If anybody thinks this is right, let me know, because I think it's horrendous.
Yeah.
And if I got a judge, I'm fighting the guy, and I know that one of the judges is a personal friend, the coach of the guy that I'm fighting. Who wants that?
Right.
Do we have to put together a list of all this shit and wrap it up in a nice package with a bow on it for Missouli to do something? What do you want us to do?
Yeah.
Whittaker reacts to no longer fighting in his home country on UFC's Perth card, since his opponent is in a contract dispute with the UFC.
G'day everybody. It's I'm sure you've seen the media and the rumours going around right now about the Perth card, and it's upsetting to say, it's very upsetting to say that they're true. The fight with Costa has fallen apart. UFC tried everything in their power to get him to the fight. They gave him the new contract, from what I understand, to take the fight, and he still didn't take the fight. So the Perth fight is not happening. They're looking to reschedule me March, April, and this is very upsetting. This is very upsetting. I'm sorry to all the friends, fans, and family that are heading over there to watch me do work, but it's out of my hands. I'm upset. I was prepared to train through Christmas, to train through New Year's, to put in the work. I'm already so deep into my camp. Everyone knows that I train. My camps are quite long, so I'm already so deep into my camp and work. And I wanted to take the family out. I want to go on holiday after the fight. I wanted to buy the kids some new toys, earn some money, pay the rent. But all that's put on the back burner for now. All that's been pushed back, and it's upsetting for me. It's upsetting for me, upsetting for you. So, but what can you do? What can you do? I'm just going to train. I'm going to train my hardest. I'm going to train like a demon, and just take out my frustrations on the next guy, on whoever they put in front of me in that first quarter. I'm gonna get in there and do my work. Today though, immediate future, I guess I'm gonna have some birthday cake today. That's what else is there to do otherwise, and then hit the gym. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. I look to still be in Perth and see you guys make the trip worth it. At least do a meet and greet or a Q&A or a shadow box in some park somewhere. Yeah, and cheer on the fighters alongside you. So I do look to still go and make an appearance there. But yeah, that's the report on what's happening. Otherwise, that's it.
Khamzat is looking sharp in training. Sean O'Malley predicts Sterling to submit Henry when they fight next year.
Who do you think wins that fight?
To be honest, I think Aljo probably submits Henry. Who knows how hard Henry's been training? These last few years, he had a baby. I mean, he clearly wasn't in good shape. Every time you saw him at the fights, he looked fat, drunk. So I don't know. I think Aljo probably choked him. I don't know what's taken so long for them to book that fight. So I don't know.